Hey everyone, my name is Felicia Giouzelis. I am a master healer, and I'm here to talk to you today about the abandonment core wound when it manifests with intimacy issues. Now, the abandonment core wound is a wound that will manifest in many different ways. We have many stories created about why we abandon ourselves and why we abandon others and what it all means. And one of those ways is with intimacy issues. So if you have intimacy showing up as a problem in your life right now, it's because you have an issue with commitment. I know those two don't sound like they're related, but I will unravel it for you right now. When you have an intimacy problem going on, you don't feel safe. You don't feel secure. And if you don't feel safe and secure, things feel very unstable in your energetic space, in your physical life, in your mental space, and in your emotional state. And any unstable energy is actually a root cause of the abandonment core wound. But when it shows up as intimacy, if you don't have a stable foundation, like I just described, right? You're not going to feel safe opening up and being intimate with someone. That means you want things to stay surface level. That's what you're used to. That's what you're comfortable with. So until you really dive in and go deeper into what safety, stability, and security means to you, you won't really be able to transition out of that. And you won't ever find safety with somebody else. You might be looking for that. We always look for things outside of us to help us feel more safe. But the only reason we do that is because we haven't processed our own pain and we haven't taken full responsibility for creating a good, safe, stable foundation for ourselves first. So the work in this case cannot be done, in any case, cannot be done with people outside of you. No partner can help you with this. Nobody can make you feel safe. This is something that you have to create within. That safety, stability, and security can only be created within. So when you're looking at intimacy issues, maybe where you feel disconnected from your partner, and that's a big symptom that comes up, right? It actually represents a disconnect from yourself. There is a reason that you are disconnected from yourself. It is a storyline that we would have to unravel and really look at where there's self-betrayal, where your self-worth is maybe not at the level that it could be. Do you feel capable? All of those are energies that directly relate to an inability to commit, right? And the symptoms that show up here are often procrastination and self-sabotage, right? So we find ways to kind of stop ourselves from being happy, to prevent ourselves from feeling connected to other people by reconnecting with ourselves. And we do this because we don't want to process our own pain. Like, it's a choice you have to make, right? Pain is pain. We know it's going to be painful if we look at our past, but it doesn't have to be. That also is partially mindset, right? It could be this energy of catastrophizing, which is using your imagination to create worst case scenarios, right? Which is something that comes up a lot when you have an abandonment core wound. So you want to look at where you might be catastrophizing. You might want to look at where you are controlling. These are all symptoms that come from wanting to control your external environment because you don't have those 3 S's. You don't feel safe, stable, and secure on the inside so that your outside world is reflecting your internal state. And that's how you start to unravel that intimacy symptom of the abandonment core wound. Again, these are how the abandonment core wound shows up, right? So your focus needs to be really looking at areas where you are abandoning yourself. In this case, we're talking about intimacy. So one of the spaces that you want to look at in your life is, where could I go deeper? Where am I being really surface level with people? Where do I feel disconnected from other people? Start with other people, because that's probably how you're used to looking at the world, and that's okay. You can start there. And then bring that question within after you journal about that. Bring it within and ask yourself, okay, where am I disconnected from myself? Where do I feel like things aren't really flowing or they're fragmented? Where have I been trying to get some traction and this area of my life hasn't really been moving? Those are some questions you can start with to unravel that storyline around intimacy. Because it is probably one of the last areas we want to look at with an abandonment core wound, only because it has to do with commitment. And when you're healing an abandonment core wound, what you're actually doing is just kind of starting with things that are surface level, right? So I call it putting out fires, right? Things in your life right now that are really calling for and demanding your attention. We start there because they're surface level and you want to put out those fires first. But when we go deeper, we start looking at things like intimacy and seeing where you are fragmented in your energy, in your partnerships, in your friendships. What patterns seem to be repeating that have you going, what the heck is going on here? I keep attracting the same kind of person, or my friendships keep ending for this reason. We take that within and we go, okay, where am I doing this to myself? Where on some level is this what's happening with me? Where am I treating myself like that? That's how we start to look at this. Without blame, without judgment, and with complete curiosity. That's the process. Okay, I hope this helped. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned. I have a lot more videos coming on these topics. And don't forget to click the bell because that'll let you know when I put up a new video. I will see you on the next one.